So today I'll demonstrate the 3 tabs found within each calculator, the yellow adjustable cells found within the data tab, where you can input information specific to your farm, and how to interpret the results in the wheat and barley tabs. There are 3 tabs found within each calculator: the data entry tab, the wheat tab, and the barley tab. The data entry tab will be where you input information specific to your farm. The left box on this tab contains information about the fertilizer. You can input the type of nitrogen. Here we have urea. The cost of the nitrogen source. Here we have $13.50 per metric ton, and the percentage of nitrogen within each nitrogen source. So here we're using urea, so we use 46%. If we were using ESN, it would be 44%. Change the name and the values of the fertilizer based on the fertilizer you are using. You can also change the increments of how results are indicated in the wheat and barley tabs here and here. I'll show this later. Finally, you can input the amount of soil test N found within your soil here. This is important as it allows us to calculate the expected yield response based on your fertilizer application rate. In the right box, you can input how much nitrogen you plan on applying, as well as the expected market price for each crop. If you are applying 60 pounds of nitrogen in your wheat, type 60 in here. And if you expect $12 at the elevator for your CWRS wheat, change this to $12. Once you have provided all the information for either CWRS wheat or feed barley, review the page to ensure everything is correct. Then click either the wheat or barley tab, depending on the information you provided and what you're looking for. Although the results will be different for the wheat and barley tabs, they are displayed the same way. So I will click the wheat tab. You can see the fertilizer information you inputted is on the left-hand side for reference. The calculation results of the information you provided will be found on the table on the right. The first column on the left indicates the nitrogen rates above and below the rate you indicated. Because we indicated 10-pound increments in the data tab, they're displayed in 10-pound increments. The cell outlined in blue is the nitrogen rate you indicated to be applying. The column to the right of this first column is a yield response expected from applying the additional nitrogen rate you indicated above the yield you would receive for applying 0 pounds of nitrogen. We indicated an application rate of 60 pounds of nitrogen, so a 22.3 bushel increase is being indicated. The top row indicates the price of a bushel of CWRS wheat or feed barley. The price you indicated is shown in red, and the values to the left and the right below are the prices above and below the price you indicated at the increments you indicated in the data tab. Note that you can go back to the data tab and change these values anytime. So if we go back and change this increment to 50 cents, go to the wheat tab, we can see that these are now 50-cent increments. Let's go ahead and change that back to 40 cents. So when we go back here, the row below this indicates the crop price to end price ratio. This essentially provides us the amount of nitrogen, the pounds of nitrogen we can purchase with a bushel of crop. The values within the table indicate the net return expected for the nitrogen purchased. This calculation is done with the formula net return equals crop price times yield increase minus end price times end rate. Cells highlighted in blue represent the maximum net returns. Cells highlighted in orange are within $1 of these blue cells. So if we apply 60 pounds of nitrogen in the form of urea at a price of $13.50 per metric ton on a field with soil tests indicating 40 pounds of available nitrogen in the form of nitrates, and we expect to receive $12 for a bushel of CWRS wheat, and we expect a yield increase of 22.3 bushels from the 60 pounds of nitrogen we applied, the calculator is indicating a net return of $187.43. per acre. At this price, we can buy 9 pounds of nitrogen with 1 bushel of wheat. You can see that at this price and nitrogen application rate, the net return is maximized as represented by the cells aligning in our nitrogen rate and crop price being blue.